It's Monday. Who could use some motivation to be able to pay attention, to keep your anxiety down, and fight addictions or the propensity to go towards addictions this week? Yes, please. Raise your hand if you're looking for some Monday motivation. I'm Dr. Trish Leigh. I'm here to help you control your brain so it doesn't control you by helping you stay motivated this week so you can stay on track, keep your stress down, rock out your best life without having to drink, smoke, engage in any behavioral addictions. Now, let's do this thing. Okay, this is what we're going to do in this video. We're going to talk about 3 areas of your life, and we're going to get you rolling this week. Number 1, your purpose in your work. Hopefully you have a job or something that you go to do each day that gives you joy and pleasure in your life. So we're going to talk about how to get the most out of that and how to use it to train your brain. Okay, number 2, your relationships. I'm going to give you one awesome tip on how to try to get more out of your relationships this week and use your relationships to bring your brain online, not to do the opposite, which I have a million kids, so I know how my relationships can bring my brain in the opposite direction. We're going to talk about how to avoid that, all stressed out and overwhelmed, and bring the brain back here so you can get joy out of your week. Lastly, we're going to talk about your hobbies, and this might involve some relationships too. So we're going to talk about how to use your hobbies to get you into flow state so your brain feels great. Stay tuned to the end of the video because I'm going to give you your awesome weekly brain tip, and it should set you up to get through this week. Okay, so let's dig in. Number 1, your job or your work or your purpose. What is your purpose? I remind myself of my purpose all the time. So mainly so I can get in front of this camera to go on YouTube because I am here to motivate people to find their authentic self, the one that's in there, so that you can really enjoy your life. And when you find your authentic self, you're able to control your brain. But you have to control your brain to be able to find your authentic self. That's why I'm here. That's my purpose. So I want you to think of what's one thing that you can do this week that would really make you feel good by Friday in your work. And I literally want you to write it down because neuroscience shows when we write ideas down, they become more powerful and we're hardwiring them in better. So write down your work goal for the week. What's the one thing you want to accomplish by Friday? And we don't want it to be real big. We want it to be definitely tangible, to be accomplished by Friday. Okay, that's work. Number 2, we're going to talk about your relationships and intimacy. And I want you to think about the most important relationships in your life and what they look like right now. And that could be different for all different people. But I know I do this in my life. Every week I try to set a goal and actually I do it daily, but I try to set a goal of what I want to get out of each one of my relationships. So I have 5 children. Every day I want to spend just a few minutes with each of my kids. And it gets harder because they're teenagers now and they're off, but I make sure I stay connected by texts or by FaceTime. But I spend time with each one of my kids every single day. And if I spend 10 minutes, that's an hour. That's a lot of time. So I'm committed to that. I'm dedicated. I have a nice routine that I spend time with each kid, meaningful time, not time telling them what to do and not time where I'm just mothering them. I spend time with them in my relationships. Same thing with the hubs. The hubs and I make sure that we connect each day. And we're doing that very purposefully so that we can stay connected and we can get the most out of our relationships so that we're not just running businesses together, raising children together, running a home together, because that gets old quickly. Am I right or am I right? So unless you can bring yourself back to the reason you were interested in being with that person as a partner in the first place, then you may struggle to remember all the joy that that relationship has given you. And thankfully, my husband's getting weirder by the minute, which makes it interesting, but makes it easy to remember why we were together. And I try to keep it all fresh and fun and have a lot of joy. And I think we accomplish that on a daily basis, thankfully. Don't get me wrong, we have our moments, but I think we're doing okay. Then what I want you to think about is what you need actual action steps. Like, it's fine to say, okay, I'm going to spend time with my kids, but I seek them out for these 10-minute interactions. And a tip that I do with my kids, which is trying to teach the hubs to do this, is I spend 10 minutes doing something they like. I don't make them do what I want them to do, because if it's going to be an actual interaction that they enjoy, it has to be something that's on their page, not my page. So if my son's skateboarding, I will hang out and watch his skateboarding and chat, and we end up laughing, and I'll try to skateboard even though it's death defying. He and I play basketball, so we actually do it quite frequently, where I'm not that good. He literally nailed me in the face one time, so now I'm a little bit, it was an accident obviously, but I'm a little bit intimidated by the 1v1 that we used to have going because of the whole nose/eye injury. But now we'll play, pig or horse and have fun doing that. But it's deliberate time together, and then we'll have rematches, and it goes on and on and on. You get what I'm saying. Cut out time with your kids. Now with the hubs, we have date night. And it is very important to keep date night alive. Yeah, sometimes it doesn't happen, but we basically reconnect at the end of every day. You'll see us on our porch, just chilling at the end of the day with some kombucha, and just connecting. So make time to do that. Actual action step. Okay, now don't forget to like and subscribe, because I have some awesome ways to keep you motivated and how you can control your brain and train your brain throughout the week so that you can stay on track to improve your attention, your anxiety, and ward off addictions. So make sure you get the notifications so you know when a new video comes out. Okay, now let's lastly talk about a hobby. Why do we care about our hobbies? Well, I know for me, my hobbies are the first thing to go out the window when I get busy. But why do they need to stay in the repertoire of my life? It's because they put my brain in flow state. Now, you know how much I love Mihai Csikszentmihalyi, the father of flow state. Flow state is when your brain is just humming, it's in the zone, it's making perfect processing speed of alpha and low beta. And when your brain does that, it can tap into gamma, epiphany mode, and you can have your best thoughts. That's why you might have your best thoughts in the shower, because if you're just letting your mind wander and you're enjoying the warm water, your brain's in alpha and low beta, and boom, you have a thought. Gamma, epiphany mode. That is what we are going for. You need to have time to bring your brain back down from your life so you can have neuro integration and have the thoughts. So for me, I love to box. I have my kickboxing dude, the general as I call him, that I like to box. I do yoga. Most of mine is very active. Exercise, I'll go for runs. Runs drop out the frontal lobe. It's called transient hypofrontality. It's super awesome for your brain. Go for a walk. I love to when I go for runs, I have the tunes cranking usually because I need them to keep me going through the hills of my neighborhood. But then if I go for a walk, I go tuneless so that I can just hear the birds and relax and be in nature. So find the way, the hobby, the thing that you do. Maybe it's chess, maybe it's baking, maybe it's cooking, maybe it's pool, maybe it's cornhole, I don't know. Whatever it is, go do it, because it's going to help your brain get into flow state. Okay, now let me give you a brain tip. Now I'm here to tell you, you need to train your brain. All those things that I'm talking about, they're unwiring the negative patterns in your brain and starting to build the pathways to rewire them. You want to do that faster? You want to unwire these negative patterns and really build in beautiful, beautiful, healthy patterns in your brain? You got to train your brain to do that. How are you going to do that? Number one, you can do it with tech. I made a video on how you can train your brain with technology, and that's what I do. I help people using all different levels of state-of-the-art technology at different price points, but you can do it without tech too. And this is what you're going to do this week. You're going to cut out at least 3 time frames for at least 10 minutes where you just go sit in your area. I call mine my sanctuary. My kids and my husband and my dogs know you don't come in that area, because that's when I'm chilling my brain out. I'm training my brain either with my tech or without my tech. That is even my area where I go to just to think and have some good ideas. So you need to find an area, your sanctuary, and just sit in that chair for 10 minutes. Don't bring your phone. Don't watch TV. You're just sitting there and letting your brain come down. And for this week, you just want to get used to sitting around doing nothing. It's remarkable how little we all do that. So let your brain come down. Set a timer so you don't have to check the clock. set it on your watch or set it on your phone, but put your phone over there, and then let your brain come down, because in weeks to come, I'm going to show you how to get your brain into the zone and to bring down stressy mode and to bring down overwhelmed, bored, can't focused mode and bump up this mode in the middle. But for now, we're just going to get used to letting it kind of unwire. Okay, go do that. Now, if you want help in your journey, visit my website at drtrishleigh.com, because I have programs for attention, anxiety, and addiction there, helping you train your brain so you can live your best life, so you can go rock out your full potential. So go check it out, because I would absolutely be honored to help you in your journey. Okay, now remember, control your brain or it'll control you.